As children, and sometimes teenagers, we are always asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I speculate that less than 1% of people actually become the career or the life that they want when they are a child. And that's due to a multitude of reasons. Sometimes the opportunity doesn't lend itself. Sometimes that person might just be too stupid to be able to accomplish what they want. Because trust me, I've met some stupid kids. But sometimes, not often, as an adult, we have that opportunity again, where you really know about life, and you have a better idea, and you might even have that opportunity to make a turn and go into that new career or lifestyle. And while I'm very happy with the way my life is progressing, and I don't plan on changes, I kind of thought, what if I did? What would I want to do now that I can do it?
Two chicks at the same time, man.
As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, thanks for tuning into the Extreme channel. This is a very different video if you haven't caught on so far. While it is another countdown, if I could do anything with my life, what would I do? Now, I'm going to go through a list of top 10 things I would rather be doing than what I do as a career, which is my most common asked question on the channel. What do you do to afford all this? And I've told people over and over I sell toilet paper. I started a rumor during the last pandemic that it actually cures the pandemic, so people hoarded it, and I made tons of money and cashed out. Now, in all seriousness, I am a businessman. It's nothing exciting, but the 10 things I'd rather do that we're going to look at today and count down are much more exciting, in my opinion. Believe it or not, there's a reason why the setup is like it is today. So while Mr. X already lives the extreme lifestyle, what would I rather be doing with my life? And some of these I probably could do, probably most of them. Some of them, maybe not. And we'll talk about each one and why I could do it or why I couldn't, or maybe why I don't. Or who knows, this may be the start of another entirely chapter of my life, and I may convince myself to start turning tricks downtown. All right, so if I could do anything in the world, what would I do? Number 10. Now this one is exciting for me because I almost got the opportunity. Right when the pandemic hit, or right around then, I was actually a final qualifier for a new reality show. And believe it or not, there was another big YouTuber, Gem Mint, was also a qualifier. Now the really cool thing is both Gem and I coincidentally found out about each other from the casting agency, and we weren't competing for the same position. It actually was a brand new show that they were going to launch on the E! Network about collectibles. And it was going to be Shark Tank style, where they'd have 4 sharks that try and bid for collectibles or collections from other collectors, and Gem and I were going to be some of those sharks. I would love to have a reality show like that. Now, I'm not talking about your reality shows like Survivor or American Idol, or some of that weird shit with the Kardashians, but something like that, especially related to one of my passions, I would absolutely love for that to be my career. And while it wasn't going to pay a lot, it was going to be an amazing opportunity. They were going to fly us out to LA to shoot in 1-week pods like every 3 weeks. And if you don't know what a pod is, I didn't know what it was either. But for me, I also thought about, man, this could open up other opportunities, not only for the YouTube channel here, but just for me in general. So that's my number 10, be some type of reality show host if it's related to something I'm passionate about. And who knows, that one could still happen. Number 9 definitely won't happen, not only for the reason that I'm probably too old and not in the best shape for it, but I don't think the program's very active anymore, but this is a childhood dream. I would love to see space. I would love to be an astronaut. I love astronaut movies, although I'm sure it's very different in real life than it is in the cinema. But an astronaut would be absolutely amazing. If I could choose that, I would, despite all the dangers. You know, it's funny, I know that Elon Musk, who is so controversial right now, he's planning a trip to Mars in like 2032, and it's like $40 billion a ticket, and they expect like 25% of the people to die on the way there. If my family had passed away for some horrible reason, which I hope that never happens, and I actually had $40 billion, I would 100% book a ticket on that. I think that would be absolutely amazing. But my number 9 thing is I would love to be an astronaut.
But your mother's an astronaut.
Number 8 is why you're looking at the setup in front of you. So some of you know my history. I wasn't a professional poker player, but I used to play poker about 4 or 5 nights a week for a long time. It was probably 6-7 years. I'm actually sitting where my normal review table is. This is actually flipped over. On the other side, it's actually a very nice poker table for poker parties. I would love to be a professional poker player. The reason I don't do it is, one, I don't like sitting here all day and just grinding it out. I think that becomes boring after a while. 2, I don't think the scene where I live is the best opportunity for that. And 3, Mrs. X would hate it. She doesn't remember all the times that I won a ton of money, and for the record, the amount of money I won, she only knew about half of it. You never tell your wife you won $20,000. You tell her you won 10. She never remembers those times, but she remembers every single time I lost to a one-outer. Number 7, shouldn't be a surprise to you guys. I would love to work for a statue company. However, no statue company can afford me, so it's probably not an option. And I would love to be in the creative department. I would love to be in the marketing department. I would just love to be immersed in this hobby all day long and be paid to do it. I think that would be absolutely amazing. However, like I said, I know it's not on the agenda because unfortunately, none of them could probably afford me until I retire in about 8 years. But at that time, who knows if I'll be interested in statues or not. So number 7 is work in some form for a statue company. Number 6 will never happen. Number 6 is one of those things, if a genie came, what would one of your 3 wishes be? One of my 3 wishes would be to have the most amazing singing voice. And my singing voice, just like my normal voice, is horrible. Horrible on every single level. But I would love to be a singer. And I don't want to be a super famous singer by any means, but I would love to have that ability to be able to make enough income to support myself. I think that would be absolutely amazing. That would be a dream come true. However, I know it's a dream that'll never happen because, again, I think that's a natural talent that you're either born with or you're not. Number 5 is actually kind of related to my retirement plan. Mrs. X and I have always had a very specific retirement plan. In about 8 years, that's when my youngest actually goes off to college. I don't know if he's going to college, but he's going to get the hell out of my house, and we are going to buy a beach house, most likely in the Caribbean. Now, I would love to live in the Caribbean. I love the ocean more than anything, so does my family. We go down there probably 4 or 5 times a year if we can. But I would love that to be my career. So I would love to own a hotel on the Caribbean. And the reason I say own is not only from the income standpoint, but you could be immersed in it every single day. Because like I said at the beginning, I am a businessman. I love to run business. I'm one of those people who actually likes going to work, believe it or not. And this would blend both of those together. I'm a super early riser. I could get up, work hard every day, and then by 1 o'clock be out the door on the beach at the pool. I think that would be amazing. Number 4 would give me the same schedule. Get up really early, work hard till noon or 1, and then be able to do whatever I want if I actually was a professional YouTuber. That's right. I know this will never happen because, again, YouTube just can't afford me unless I get about 3 million subscribers, which will never happen because if you're a follower of the channel, you know that the growth has been so slow in the past year or so. But I would love that, but specifically not statue related. I do a lot of videos like the one I'm doing right now where I just like to talk about whatever I want. And believe it or not, there are tons of very successful YouTube channels. That's what the YouTuber does. Just talks about whatever topic they want. Whether it's a controversial topic, whether it's sports, I would love just to shoot the shit with you guys every day and talk to millions of people. Not only that, but I could put all my time and resources into it as it's my career for better production quality, better ideas. Whereas right now, this is just a hobby. I guess I have to become more likable to do that, which probably isn't going to happen either. Another restriction on why I'm not a professional YouTuber, which would be my number 4 dream at this time. Number 3 is kind of related, actually. I've spoken in front of large groups many, many times. Biggest group I think ever was a venue in Vegas. I did 5,000 people. And I love to teach, not in a traditional academic sense, but from a speaker platform, and I think I'm very good at it actually. For the people who are part of the Extreme Channel YouTube, the membership option below, they see raw videos and they know that I pretty much make up what I'm going to say as I go along. And you can see that too sometimes from the edits. So I would love to be a motivational speaker of some type. Tony Robbins, that type of stuff, have an entire business, and just get out there and reach out to people with knowledge and experience I've had and try and help them. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I think the big negative of that would be the travel that would be required with a position like that. But of course I travel right now, probably 50 weeks a year, so I guess that's not really that different. But that would be a dream come true as well, especially if I could make the income that I make now. Number 2 will never happen because once again, I'm too old to start and Mrs. X wouldn't allow this. But I would love to be some type of detective or in the FBI. I would love to solve serious crimes. Whenever I figure out like a puzzle or something like that, I'm like, man, I would be a good detective. Probably farthest thing from the truth. I'm sure it's much different. I know it's not as exciting as we see on TV, but that would be totally cool in my opinion. I mean, I already carry a gun most of the places that I go that allow it, but that would just be an added bonus. All right, so if you could do anything, money aside, make the same income you have, work the same amount you do now, this one is actually really easy to me, and I think it will surprise some people, but at the end, they'll be kind of like, yep, you know what, that makes sense. But I would love to be a politician. And let me explain that. So first of all, I think that our political system in the United States is broke as hell. I think that it's divided into two parties that both hate the other party so much they don't care about facts or logic anymore. And that's not everybody, but that's a good portion. I also think that it's so broken that you take all these politicians, both the ones you like and the ones you dislike, I think they all have good intentions when they come on board. I think they really do. They run because they want to change the country, they believe in certain things. Once they get involved in this system, it starts to become corrupt. And I have no doubt there's a lot of shady shit that happens. Like, you better vote for this bill or these bad things will happen to you. Maybe it's not mafia style, but it could be. I would love to be someone that could represent others and actually make a difference. And who knows, that may be in the cards someday. However, the way our country's going right now, I absolutely abhor it. Because I think no matter what side of the political system you fall on, we've forgotten that politicians should be for certain people and certain things, not certain sides. And to me, I think we need more people who can actually do that and will actually do that. And I think I could be one of those. Because let's be frank, if I piss people off, I don't really give a fuck. A lot of you out there also know that I'm one of the most loyal people you ever meet. And I think that's the type of politician we need. Someone who's incredibly loyal to the people that voted for them, but also doesn't give a fuck if they actually make waves in order for them to do what's best. Now I'm a little scared that one day I'm going to look back on this video and be like, that's where the career started, right there. Who knows? I honestly don't think it could happen too, because I do have a lot of skeletons in my closet. Hell, a lot of them are actually right here online on YouTube, and I'm sure that would be used against me too, because like I said, our political system is just so horribly corrupt. But anyway, now the real reason I wanted to make the video. I want to see what you guys would do. Throw that down in the comments. It doesn't have to be collectible related. It doesn't have to be related to something we do on the Extreme channel. And granted, just so you know, there are some things that I thought about, but I couldn't do with my family. I would love to work on a cruise ship. I would love to be somebody who travels and tests hotels and stuff, but it's stuff that I couldn't keep my family. So this list was stuff I had to be able to keep my family for the most part, as they're more important to me than any type of career or anything else. However, your family may not be important to you. So go ahead and comment below if you could do anything, what would you want to do? And of course, I could probably make a list of 30 more things like professional sports, biz mopper, and more. But just pick your top one or two and throw that below, because you could win a statue with that comment. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hey, if you stuck in this long, thank you guys so much. That's what she said. But I really appreciate it because it's a different type of video. I love making stuff like this, and I love to see your thoughts on stuff outside of collectibles. Go ahead and comment below. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.